Was not so much.
Most consistent all-around man on the American team. Peter Vidmar has difficulty in this event, however. You might recall a few weeks ago, he fell out of bounds on his mount, a full-in double back against the Chinese. Peter is hitting today. Very difficult move, Jack, as you've pointed out so many times. Holding yourself up while on your fingertips and then pulling your feet through is not an easy task. It requires flexibility, strength, and maybe a little luck. Watch this now, a half-twisting step out. Do a full twisting dive roll. Peter doesn't have an extraordinarily difficult routine. His job here is to hit it with a minimum of problems. Now, he's just about reached the minimum time limit, which is 50 seconds. If you hear a little bell in the background, that will mean he has made it. There's the bell. He has 20 seconds now in which to do his dismount. Peter's had a commendable exercise up to this point. He'll try to perform a nice double back somersault. Get out of it cleanly. Oh, nice exercise, Jack.
Peter Vidmar, a member of the national team since 1979. A strong performance here by Peter Vidmar in the floor exercise. Let's take a look in slow motion at the dismount, Gordon.
Well, now, Peter is going to have to generate some speed. Watch his round-off. Takes his round-off here, goes into the back handspring very quickly, good momentum, and perfect leg form as he makes a terrific landing.
Peter Vidmar and a 9.85 as the United States is off to a tremendous start.
With a full-in double back, he's a strong tumbler. Okay, Scott, don't go out of bounds now, please. No flags, apparently no deduction. Scott, of course, a member of that very powerful University of Nebraska national championship team. Good all-around gymnast. Terrific ringman. And normally extraordinarily strong ringmen aren't so good on the floor here, but Scott's the exception to that. Okay, get set up now for a front handspring, a full twisting dive roll. And then he'll be doing another double back somersault for his dismount. There you've heard the bell signifying that he's met the minimum time. Now Scott Johnson again trying his third double back somersault, the dismounting double back. Oh, great exercise.
Scott Johnson.
And Mr. Whitaker, the Americans are cooking.
And the applause being led here by the men's coach, A.B. Grossfeld. A fine performance by Scott Johnson. They anticipate a good score to keep the momentum going that has been established early in this meet by the United States men's team. And there it is, a 9.75 for Scott Johnson. A very good score indeed. Yes, sir, let's go. As we await now the floor exercise of Sergei Kishnikov. At 23 years old, a veteran. He's won gold medals in the floor exercise at the World University Games in Mexico City, and he was the national champion in it in 1977.
And watch this mount, a pike double back somersault. Extreme height. Sergei Kishnikov is one of the strongest tumblers ever. And I once on another show when he was here for the American Cup a couple of years ago, referred to him as almost Mikhail Berezhnikov look-alike. Berezhnikov, of course, being the great ballet dancer. Kishnikov is so stylish in his work. Watch the height now that he gets on this Arabia dive roll. Just almost goes into orbit. And this audience certainly appreciates his work. Now here comes a Thomas Flare. Probably the most universal move in gymnastics in the world now. Now watch this. Nice wide arm handstand. Now we've heard the bell, so Kishnikov now has about 15 seconds left in which to do his tucked double back somersault dismount. Oh, and Sergei is really hitting, Jack.
Sergei Kishnikov from Rostov in the Soviet Union, and a very strong performance here in the floor exercise. He's one of their best all-around performers. And let's take a look in slow motion now at his mount.
And boy, does he get some lift in this thing, Jack. Watch this now. Round off back handspring first, and then watch him punch the floor, take it up in the air. Very good leg form. Oh, that's just dynamite.
Dynamite is right, Gordon. Look at this score, a 9.85 for Kishnikov. But despite that strong performance, after the first rotation, the United States takes a slight lead, 48.4 competition with this 9.8 performance on the pommel horse. The 20-year-old UCLA junior showed why he is the 1982 NCAA champion in the all-around, as well as in the pommel horse. Vidmar's performance helped to increase the United States lead in the overall competition, USA 96.75, USSR 96.1. Now for the United States, we have Mitch Gaylord on the rings.
And Jack, he won't disappoint you here. He's going to show you some really heavy-duty stuff. He'll start off with a locked arm back kip into a L cross, or into some form of cross. There it is, just a regular cross. Now, those are very long levers. He has long arms. Makes the cross much more difficult for him than it would, say, one of the top Soviet kids. Comes a whip it now. Call it a honma or whip it, depending on which country you learned your gymnastics in. Now, another strength move is coming up shortly. A planche. No, a triple flyaway. All right, left the planche out. Nice triple flyaway.
There's Mitch Gaylord, two-time All-American at UCLA, getting the congratulations from his teammates and a hearty reception here from the crowd. Gordon?
Well, now let's watch. In order to get that thing turned around 3 times, he's got to hang on and get a little bit higher and then really shorten his radius, and that's just about as well as that can be done.
Mitch Gaylord, and that performance is worth a 9.8, and the Americans keep on the offensive. And next on the rings is Peter Vidmar, and coming into this competition, Peter is the leader in the all-around.
Remember, Jack, a couple of weeks ago when we covered the USA versus China, what a sensational exercise he turned in the rings? Well, what an opportune time to do the same thing again. He could help his teammates immeasurably at this point. Okay, now settle down a little bit. Show you a couple of whippets in a row now, right after this handstand. Whip it. Roll. Whip it. Yep. Cross, and a nice L cross. Now he still has to press to a handstand, and he should be pulling his hollow back test right here. And at that point, he'll bail out for a dismount of pike half-in, half-out double. Oh, boy. All right, Peter.
Peter Vidmar, the 1982 NCAA champion, on the rings. Getting congratulations from his teammates. And the score will be 9.75 for Peter Vidmar. And he should be happy with that performance. Next for the Russian team, a young man they're counting on, this is Sergei Gribkov. He's 17 years old.
And this is a real example of weight-to-strength ratio. He looks out and out skinny, but watch this. He'll do a kip to a cross, hold the cross, and I should pull out of it. Come on, Sergei. Push down, baby. Yeah. That's easier for skinny kids, Jack. Giant swing. Now a giant swing probably in the other direction. Another handstand. All right, here comes a layout double flyaway.
Oh, right on it. Sergei Gribkov, and a fine performance on the rings. And let's take a look in slow motion.
And it's very difficult to turn this layout double around. The body is so long, and Gribkov really does a whale of a job.
Doesn't he just? And it's a 9.85 for the Russian. A very strong performance. And Gribkov has brought the USSR closer in the team competition. USA 145.3, USSR 144.95. Who's Peter Vidmar's roommate at UCLA, was the outstanding performer in the vault competition, scoring a 9.8 and helping the United States to retain their lead in the overall competition. In the parallel bars, Peter Vidmar was again the outstanding performer. His combination of strength and style and an almost flawless performance helped him to score a 9.9 as the United States continues to hold on to its slim lead. USA 242.6, the USSR 242.40. We move on now to the high bar competition, the apparatus on which the United States has made vast improvements. Kurt Thomas helped set the style for the United States men. Now let's remember back to his gold medal performance in the 1979 World Championships with Jim McKay and Gordon Maddox.
Event, last man in the competition, he must get a 9.9 to win the gold medal.
And Jim, it has been their day, the Americans' day, all day. They'll never get a better crowd than this. They'll never get better conditions. Here comes a Delchev now by Thomas. All right, Kurt. Now let's hope he doesn't lose his concentration after getting past the tough part of his routine. This is a German giant done only as Kurt Thomas can do it. Yeah, double German.
9.85 will not tie him. It's 9.9 to win.
Now he's got to do his double, full twisting double flyaway. Super routine. What a beautiful soft landing.
And Kurt Thomas received a 9.9 for that performance and the gold medal. And now on the bar, we await the performance of the Soviet Union's Radik Gabatov, 18 years old.
And watch this. He has a whole series of one-armed giants. He has more one-armed giants than I've ever seen. All right, there's the first set. 2 one-armed giants with an immediate Delchev. One-armed giant into a flyaway half-turn recatch. Incredible. Now he'll do a pivot. A full twisting one-armed giant, that time on his other arm. Now the next time you see him in one arm, be prepared. He'll do a flyaway, a double flyaway right out of the one arm. Should be right in here. One arm. Into a double flyaway. Phenomenal.
Radik Gabatov, 18 years old, a dramatic performance on the high bar. This young man whom the Russians are counting on very heavily for 1984, getting the congratulations of his teammates. Let's watch it in slow motion.
We'll be taking a look at the Delchev out of a one-arm giant swing. Here it comes now. It's a flyaway half-turn recatch out of the one-arm giant. Now, I have never seen that one before.
And 9.85 for Radik Gabatov. A fine performance for this young man. One of the judges here is Nikolai Andrianov, who was a 3-time Olympian for the Soviet Union. Now for the United States, 20-year-old junior from the University of Nebraska, Phil Cahoy.
He'll start with a baby Stalder shoot. Comes out of the baby Stalder into a straddle vault. Now gets set up. Stoop through into an inverted. Now he's dislocated, and you'll see now a flyaway recatch. Reverse flyaway recatch. Another Stalder up into a pivot. And after this Stalder, he gets set up for his flyaway, which is a full-in double flyaway, a full twister on the first summy. And what a fantastic landing.
Boy, didn't he put it down neatly. Phil Cahoy. And this competition is heating up. A marvelous performance here by Phil Cahoy. 6 times an All-American. Let's look at it.
Well, here comes the flyaway again. Now watch, he'll do a full twister in the first somersault, and then take one more somersault out of it, and just an incredible landing. Perfect, Phil.
Phil Cahoy gets a 9.9. Marvelous mark. And a standing ovation here as Phil Cahoy takes his bows. What a close competition we have. We'll be back to men's all-around competition.
Gets a fast start, cast over the top now. Right into a giant swing into a Tkachov, which is a reverse direction move. Now watch this. He'll vault backwards over the bar. Oh, really gets some extension out of it, too. There's his one-arm reverse giant. Not many of those around. He's got to come into Eagle Giants now. There's his shoot. Eagle Giants. Pivot out. Now look out. Here comes a triple flyaway. 1, 2, 3, and he nailed it.
17-year-old Sergei Gribkov, a brilliant young junior gymnast, now one of the young lions the Russians are bringing along. Let's watch it again, Gordon.
Well, listen to the triple and watch him grab his knees and try to pull them in as tight as possible to make his spinning radius very small. Oh, that's an outstanding triple flyaway.
And Sergei Gribkov gets a 9.85 for that performance. Now Peter Vidmar leading in the all-around coming in here, but he'll need a 9.5 to beat out Sergei Gribkov for the honors.
Well, I said it before. He scares me to death because in the warm-ups, he never catches his release moves. And that's one of them, okay. But in competition, he rarely misses them. But I'll tell you, you never know until he goes for it. Okay.
Oh, Peter! Oh, isn't that a shame?
Well, now he has about 30 seconds. He can chalk up, repair his hand grip if necessary, and then he has to remount, and there's an arbitrary 0.5 of a point reduction. So Peter is in serious trouble now in the all-around, and of course it could hurt his team. He has to begin his exercise where he fell. Takes a pivot over the top. Stalled her. Now he'll be getting set up shortly for his dismount, a half-in, half-out, hike, double flyaway. And what a waste, Jack, after such a fine exercise to have that big deduction in the center.
Absolutely, Gordon, and we see that most times, don't we? One big mistake like that ruins what might have been almost a perfect performance. Peter Vidmar, very disappointed, of course. Let's take a look at his trouble.
Let's try to pick up where he made his mistake. Now, he taps a little bit early right there, which takes him out early, throws him too far away from the bar, and Peter, you just don't have long enough arms.
And as you said, Gordon, that will cost him dearly, 9.35, and that eliminates him from any chance of winning the all-around. It will hurt the team, too, but remember, they throw out the lowest score. Here is 21-year-old Mitch Gaylord from the Los Angeles area. He needs a 9.9 to win the all-around competition over Sergei Gribkov. And, of course, a high score for the United States to gain a victory. Mitch Gaylord.
Well, Jack, I've said it before. He's crazy on the high bar, but it's a beautiful form of craziness. Boy, the stuff he does here is just fabulous. Stalder shoots now. There's his release. Well done. There's his Gaylord coming over the top. Comes in a little bit dead. Has a 3-hip circle. Now look out for a triple flyaway. Oh, Mitch Gaylord. All right. Way to hang in there.
All right. This is going to be very close. As Mitch Gaylord really puts it on in the high bar. Let's take a look in slow motion at that move, Gordon. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, that move is now called a Gaylord flip. He takes a tap right here. Nice tap. Now watch. He'll lift his hips hard, take a somersault over the top of the bar, and re-catch. And I'm telling you, that's some kind of scary move.
And that is worth a 9.9 for Mitch Gaylord. A tremendous performance in the clutch. And with it, Mitch wins the all-around competition, which also helps the United States, ladies and gentlemen, in a stunning upset over the Russian men's team. Final score, the USA 291.85, the USSR 291.05.